Good evening, PSG family, friends, and supporters. We are very happy to welcome you back to the Pickering Soccer Center for tonight's matchup between Masters Football Academy and your Pickering FC men's team. Fans, your attendance at any D1 Ontario game entitles you to enjoy soccer in a highly competitive setting. We ask that you please show your sportsmanship by positively encouraging the players, respecting the match officials, and being considerate of other spectators. This time, Pickering Football Club is proud to acknowledge the lands and people of Ontario. We welcome people from all backgrounds and ethnic/religious cultures. We are proud to acknowledge the lands and people of the Mississaugas of Scugog Island First Nation, which is covered under the Williams Treaties. We are situated on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas, a branch of the greater Missinaba Nation, which includes Algonquin, Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi. We now ask if you are able to rise in turn to face the national flag as we sing our Canadian national anthem.
Well, welcome to Pickering, Ontario. You're looking at scenes from the Pickering Soccer Dome, bottom of Brock Road, just south of the 401, out in lovely Pickering, Ontario. I'm Chris McKee doing the play-by-play. It is meaningful football tonight. A battle at the bottom of the table for relegation. Pickering comes in dead last in a situation where they must win. A point won't help. They need the 3. They've got 11 points in last place. In 15 games played, just 3 wins, 2 draws, 9 losses. They're 1 point behind Windsor City, 2 behind Waterloo. And so with a W, could leapfrog them and not be forced into this relegation battle. Masters also in danger of relegation as well on 15 points. 16 games played. They've got a game ahead of Pickering, so Pickering with a game in hand on Masters, but Masters on 15 points with 4 wins, 3 ties, 9 losses. Now, the good news for Masters is a late season surge. They've won 2 league games in a row over Windsor City, 2-0 the last game, and also beat Derby the league game before that. And so Masters, at least with a win tonight, even with a point, could escape the relegation battle. But Pickering, an absolute must-win. So starting tonight, 4 Masters in goal. Number 1, Andrew Butilia, 20-year-old from Ottawa, now at Trent U. Number 2, Ian Gutierrez on defense. 3, DeAndre Branch, another defender from Oshawa, plays at Durham College, one of my favorite players in this league. Number 4, Michael Avia. His brother, number 7, Daniel Avia. Number 8, Lorenzo Mayer. Number 9, Baldwin Igbanbanaro. Number 10, Aiden O'Keefe, outstanding left foot on him in the central midfield. You'll hear that name a lot tonight. 11, Wayne Miranda. 13, Terrell Spencer. And 15, Jason Alvarado, the 24-year-old from Toronto. For Pickering in goal, Matthew Matilla, 25-year-old. He's played at Ontario Tech past couple of years. On D, number 3, Caleb Wharton, the skipper. Number 4, Andy Mutembezi. Number 6, Ayo Abobare. Number 8, Martin Strong. 15, Miros Estavni. 18, Romaine Watkins, 22-year-old from Ajax. Number 19, Ahmad Webby. Number 24, Joey Bourgeois, 23-year-old from Ajax. And finally, the smart choice, number 7, Isaiah Wisdom, number 20, from Whitby, Ontario. So I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. Any issues with sound, hit me up on socials at Mr. McKee. I'll check if the live stream's cutting out. It's happened once or twice. And so I will check rando on my Twitter. Try to use my Twitter mostly and the IG, because if you don't follow me, then I can't see. It goes to like the sneaky messages, whereas Twitter, I can at least see it. So at Mr. McKee. So Masters to the right of your screen with gray jersey and the fluorescent yellow trim. Pickering in their home whites with black shorts. Again, a must-win for Pickering. Daniel Avila standing at the center of the field. So full disclosure, my son has played for both these teams, but have been a part of the Masters program for the past, 4 or 5 years. So I have a familiarity with some of these players, not all. And my son's played with Pickering when he was a kid many years ago. OPDL, I think U14, so it's been a while. Long shot on goal, trying to catch the keeper asleep, and Matthew Matilla says thank you. Scoop that up. Good long throw. Lovely first touch by Isaiah Wisdom. And then a foul against Wisdom by Masters. So keep in mind, if Pickering can't get points tonight, they'll be forced into that relegation playoff. We'll play one of the teams from League 2. Also a lot more on the line as far as licenses for League 2 and then cleared out, looks like DeAndre Branch in the back. And Pickering, it's Lorenzo Mayer. Martin Strong in front of me. And Masters will have a throw-in. I'm stuck behind a mesh, anyone that's familiar with the Pickering Soccer Dome. So this game was supposed to be outdoors, down on the grass field at Kinsman Park, which is beautiful. They've just resodded it. They're putting some money into it. I love it. I've spent many of my days and nights down there. But the field was flooded by some people doing construction next door, and that one off the roof. Matilla, a little panicked, and it's cleared away. Number 13, Terrell Spencer, just threw that in. Looks like he's got the captain's armband on tonight. Spencer, 26-year-old, played at Robert Wesleyan. So Robert Wesleyan, D2 school down in the NCAA, has been a pipeline for so many Masters players over the years. You go look at some of the best players in Robert Wesleyan history, all of them, most of them from Masters anyways. O'Keefe goes to ground. And Alvarado buzzing around as well. Spencer trying to find someone in the box. Watkis. Good battle here between Branch and Watkis. And Romaine goes to ground. Listen, DeAndre Branch, the center back. Like I said, my son's been a keeper for Masters, and having DeAndre in front of my son for many years, such a luxury. Just the coolest customer, so skilled on the ball, can get up in the attack. Like I said, just one of my favorite players I've seen over the past 7 or 8 years, especially here in the League One system. Masters, of course, former League One champs going back to, 2019, 2020, and then all the COVID nonsense start. Oh, Avila, and he's being mugged. Daniel Avila on his left foot. What a save! Matthew Matilla. Avila was being absolutely mugged. Jersey being pulled. If he goes to ground, it could be possibly even a red, definitely a yellow and a free kick, but opts to stay on his feet and have a go, and Matthew Matilla comes up big. The 25-year-old's been an OUA East All-Star at Ontario Tech. Stood strong on that breakaway. So Villa playing a little higher than I'm used to seeing him play. Usually plays a little bit deeper in that midfield. Look like he's up top. One of the forwards, Alvarado. And a shot from distance. It was Lorenzo Mayer. And Mayer will run over to take that corner. First one of the night for Masters. For those unfamiliar, Masters also based right here at Pickering. They do train out of Scarborough and practice out of Scarborough. Corner crossed in, and Michael Avila got a head on it but just couldn't get it down. You can tell this game, the meaning involved, even like I said, both teams bottom of the table, near the bottom, and fighting for that relegation, fighting for their lives in the League One championship. Branch just away from danger. And bouncing around behind me, but I'm not putting the microphone down to go get it. A quick throw in. Mayer over on that right side, and Ian Gutierrez, number 2, getting his first touch. And also on that far side was Alvarado. Villa, and he's got 2 white jerseys all over his back. Oh, clever. Watkis. He's got wisdom. Watkis crossed over. And then Michael Avila back on defense. Dispossessed. Now Pickering hovering inside Masters' box, and no dice. That was Miro Zastavny, 20-year-old from Toronto, plays his university ball out at St. FX on the East Coast. Botia. Goal kick. Just past the center, Spencer. And Alvarado loses it. Watkis, big boys on Pickering. The forward Watkis as well as Wisdom, tall guys like 6'3", 6'2", maybe. Mayer had Ayo Abobare over his back. Abobare back to his defender. That's Andy Mutembezi, the skipper. Mutembezi, 29-year-old from Brampton. One of the more senior players in both squats. And I believe he's the oldest. Every time I say that and then someone comes on a sub and they're older. But Masters. Oh, and a foul. I thought he got all ball. But a foul call just outside the 18-yard box, so Masters now with an opportunity from a set piece. So I know Aiden O'Keefe's got a great left foot, but he's inside the 18-yard box, so it looks like Mayer maybe on his right foot. Crossed in and trying to clear, and a second. So now Masters had a free kick from the side. Now they've got one about 23 yards out, just right center. Great opportunity here for Masters, and now finally O'Keefe standing over top of it wants it. And we see O'Keefe and Mayer. So it looks like O'Keefe on his right foot. Aiden's been over in Ireland to play. That one, a little much ado about nothing on that one. Hits it into the bottom half of the wall. Looks like he was trying to swing it around the wall. And another foul. Masters again. So are we going to see a card? You don't want to get a card 9 minutes in. Still scoreless here at the Pickering Soccer Center. I'll check the socials just to make sure no sound issues. Masters, 3 opportunities over the course of 2 minutes, and then back, and then that one, Spencer, no other way to say, just duffed it about 40 yards over goal. Matilla trying to find wisdom, almost like a set play where they tried to catch Masters asleep. Wisdom, Matilla kicked that one good 60-something yards. There's Avila, Daniel on his right foot, and as a shot on goal, ball ricochets, and then Mutambezi just gets it away. Just a torrid pace of the game, and I look down, 10 minutes gone. Normally I try to give time and score every couple minutes, but pretty intense pace. I said everything at stake here to maintain a spot in the championship. Romain Wakis. And again, he was yanked on by Michael Avila. If he spins and go to ground, just maybe. So Martin Strong, the 21-year-old, will take the corner. Just about everyone Masters back inside that 18-yard box aside from Daniel Avila. And not a great corner. There's no pace on it. And Abobare was trying to cross it, but ended up being a shot. And Botilia just got his body in front of it, and now another free kick, or another corner kick, excuse me. We've had so many free kicks, I've got that stuck on my mind. Corner, Pickering. Low. 2 poor corners in a row. I think they might want to switch that up on the next one. And studs up, Watkis. No, they're going the other way. I thought Watkis had his studs up, and so now Pickering with a good chance about 25, 26 yards out just from the left, and Mutembezi on his left foot looks like he wants it. Mutembezi, storied career at Cornerstone University in Michigan. Mutembezi, and then again right into the wall. So we haven't seen a decent free kick tonight. All of them right into the wall. You could see how amped the guys are. They need to kind of little deep breath and just play your game. Gutierrez was just over there battling, and Spencer now the other way. And I don't like that touch back. You know, Masters, Spencer's running up. Everyone's getting in the play, and you pass the ball backwards. It's Mayer and Alvarado. Eyes for goal, boys. Avila, and the flag is up, and he was offside. First one of the night. Well, 13 minutes gone. Scoreless at 0. Here in Pickering, like I said, this game's supposed to be outdoors. It is, you think at dome, air conditioned. No. It's hot, sticky, and muggy. It looks like the AC just been cranked up. But even in the hour, before I got here, about an hour before kickoff, and sweaty, sticky. So you wonder if that will come into effect for the players, cramping maybe later in the game. But finally that AC starting to breeze through, so hopefully that helps the players just with the comfortability. It's got to be a handball. Bourgeois, everyone calling for it on the stands, but no. And Matilla, before he played on Ontario Tech, was down in Gannon University, which is in Division II in Pennsylvania. I actually drove past it a couple weeks ago. It's a pretty dodgy part of Pennsylvania. I got off the highway just to grab a bite to eat. I was like, oh, there's Gannon University, and amazing soccer program, but the town, to be desired. Abel-Barre running around in circles and just wanted to get that away from danger. But Gannon, one of the better D2 programs over the past decade or so. Spencer and O'Keefe trying to be a little too clever and got away with that. Michael Avila back there playing deep, and Daniel up top. It's Wayne Miranda, number 11 down there on the far right, shot, and Mutembezi gets in the way. Avila to O'Keefe. Nowhere to go. Alvarado strolls past the goal. Masters so far looks the more likely with 15 minutes gone. Which Masters coming in playing with some confidence. They've won 2 league games in a row. To get them to 15 points, so they've had their desperate games, and so that's the one. You don't want to play a desperate team in any sport, anywhere. Pickering now that desperate team tonight, facing that relegation playoff. What it says to me when you look at who's Pickering's beaten in Masters is there's just this wide gap between the top of the championship and the bottom half. There's this huge separation. Whereas, some of those teams at top end of the championship could be competitive in the Premier League. And then the bottom half just not there. Disappointing because, I remember seeing what Masters was a couple years ago. One of, if not the best League One teams in the country. And there's a bit of a drop-off since post-COVID. And so they go from League One champs to now hanging on for relegation in the championship, the league below. Mutembezi finds Wisdom. Great first touch. Wisdom goes to ground way too easy. Yeah, he's acting the goat, as they would say. Didn't even touch him. I was right in front of me. He's trying to sell it and didn't even get touched. And so Masters kicks it out. I bet he jumps right up now. Oh, it looks like he saying he got it clipped on the knee. I didn't see it. It was right in front of me. By any means necessary, though. Now he's fine. So Masters, so it looks like he's got to step out for a second. Also, thankfully in here, now I'm sure they can hear, but Masters can't hear what I'm saying. Pickering bench a little closer to me. I did the Vaughn Scrisopi game 2 weeks ago, which was for the top of the table. And I was sandwiched in between both benches, the Vaughn and Scrisopi, and I got both coaches talking junk to me. So if I, something like that where I didn't like how a player acted and I thought, he didn't really get hit, and then the other coach is screaming at me, and then I had both Vaughn's coach and Scrisopi yelling at me, listening to what I say. Hopefully I don't have to go through that tonight. I'm doing Scrisopi's game Sunday, so against Woodbridge, which should be a good one. Baldwin Igbanabaro, little silence so far. Number 9 up in the center of the field. They got to find a way to get him more involved. Igbanabaro, 21-year-olds, played with Electric City as well as over in England with Chippenham Town and the English National League. Ref plays the advantage. Spencer flicked up for Igbanabaro, and he's got 2 white jerseys all over him. Avila, he's so creative. Pickering's defense looking good. Jahid Low Black. As well as, who's out there? Caleb Wharton as well. Avila, shifty. Avila on his left foot. Avila! And Matilla with the save for Pickering. So again, just past the 19-minute mark, it's the run of plays looking like Masters looks more likely. However, that means nothing in this league. Here's Wisdom. Crossed over, and then Michael Avila just clears it out. Throw in down the right side. Looks like Romain Watkis, and he's looking for Jahid Low Black. No, Low Black comes over and take it. Low Black also went to Robert Wesleyan, which I'm assuming at some point he's played for Masters if he's from Pickering and played at Robert Wesleyan. Mayer, he's got O'Keefe wide open, doesn't want him. And now just way too slow with that pass. Should have found him about 2 seconds earlier. Agbinabaro. He was trying a little back heel to find O'Keefe. It was overlapping, but couldn't get it to him. Scoreless. Here in Pickering, of course, going on now down at Tim Hortons Field in Hamilton, the Interprovincial League One Championships. I was checking out some of the NDC game today. I didn't see the final. It was 1-1 when I was watching. I didn't see the final. I'll check it at half. Called the women's NDC game last week. I was so blown away with these young women, part of our national team program. Just unbelievable. A couple girls like 15, 16 years old, like Tegan Mellenhorst, the striker, 16 years old, is just sensational, a superstar in the making. 15-year-old Olivia Chisholm in the central midfield was outstanding as well. Just the Canadian women's soccer program has a bright future with this talent coming through that NDC. Good defense and shielded and goal kick for Pickering. Matilla, he's got a leg on him. Like I said, he caught Wisdom about 60-something, 65 yards down the field. So Jordan Pickford-esque. I talk about that often. Like I said, my son's a keeper. It's like sometimes if you got a good leg like that, that's great. But a lot of times you're kind of, to use an NFL term, out-kicking the coverage. You kick it too far. You know, anything kind of past the center circle sometimes is too much unless it's like a late game. And Wisdom can't settle it, runs out of bounds. Alvarado. Well, just because you can't kick it 65 yards doesn't mean you should, because if there's no one on the other end of it, what's the point? 22 minutes gone, scoreless. Pickering Soccer Dome. This relegation affair. Low Black. Abu Bare to Watkis, and Spencer gets in front of that. Alvarado, Mayer. Long ball trying to find O'Keefe, but it's behind him. Rolls out for Masters. Throw in. Yeah, Masters, the train. They're indoor training. The infamous barn up in the Altona Finch area. I love that. Agbinabaro, and he's offside. The flag up. So Baldwin's been a part of the Nigerian national team, U17, U23. We're talking about that barn. You know, I love during all the COVID stuff, they would let us, you know, my son's a goalie. I would go do goalie training sessions with him. In the day, they'd let just me and him go in. Obviously, we live in the same house, and so could book an hour and get some training sessions in. Grew to love the barn. Also, I missed the horses up there. I haven't been up there all summer. So, Junior, if you're watching, I hope you're taking care of those horses. I used to bring them apples and carrots and stuff a couple times a week. Gutierrez. Miranda. Mutembezi, and then Miranda trying to get it back. And ball just stuck down that far corner. Bourgeois to the keeper, and then Matilla on his left foot away. Abubare was flying around. Took a little knock. Looks to be fine. Coming up on 25 minutes, still scoreless. O'Keefe slipped on the turf a little. It's pretty good turf compared to some of the other turfs I've seen. Turf here in Pickering, pretty good. Connection not there for Pickering. Alvarado, 24-year-old. He's been a part of Team Canada's futsal program. He's also played college at George Brown. And across to nobody. Trying to find wisdom, but Terrell Spencer too quick for that. Mayer. And O'Keefe goes to ground. And ref, no. Miro Zastavny. And he's got wisdom around the penalty spot, but couldn't get it to him. Good defense, DeAndre Branch. DeAndre, first team OCAA All-Star with Durham College. Watkis looks like he's trying to get a bit of a run for a long throw-in. Great pace on that. And the keeper comes out and claims it. Botilia. Good shout from the keeper there, and he wants to slow things down. Push everyone up. Watch Spencer score an absolutely dynamite free kick. Last year out in Burlington, I think it was. Michael Avila trying to find Daniel Avila. Too much. I'll check the phone just to make sure no one's messaging about sound issues, and so far, so good. Check the Instagram quick to make sure. So it appears we're doing just fine. Well, appreciate you tuning in. Out here on the League One live stream, don't forget, click that red button, subscribe, stay up to date on all things League One on YouTube. Also, drop them a follow. Instagram, Twitter, they do have a TikTok. I don't TikTok, but League One's got one, so drop a follow and support. Agbinabaro, and foul goes against him, as he was in a bit of a battle with Ahmad Webby. And everyone a little surprised. You can hear Junior Groves. See, come on, ref. I'm kind of with you on that one, Junior. And Gutierrez, Abubare. Martin Strong back pokes that away to Webby. Bourgeois. Bourgeois trying to find wisdom. Keeper comes out and scoops that up. Batia played at Trinity Western in 2022 in BC and then made the move back closer to home, playing out in Peterborough at Trent University. And another offside by Agbinabaro. That's twice. So, at this level, I think you're allowed 1, 2. So, come on. I played striker most of my life, and can count on my one hand in 40 years how many times I've been outside. And 4 of them were the wrong call. Ooh, it looks Aiden O'Keefe has gone to ground, let out a gasp. Looks like Webby gave him a shot, but that's behind the play. Zastavny. No, sorry, that's Bourgeois over there. And Joey Bourgeois with a wild swing. So we've got 2 Masters guys down. We've got O'Keefe in the center. And I couldn't see. It looks like it might have been Miranda on the far right, but he's up. But Aiden O'Keefe still down holding maybe his right ankle or right shin. Quick water break for the commentator. People talk about, I've called games through One Soccer and the Canadian Premier League and CBC for basketball and TSN, all of it. And, normally I have a co-host, I've got producers, I've got monitors, I can watch replay, and another offside by Agbinabaro. That's 3. It's not that hard to check your line. But, here, League One, we get a handheld microphone, not even a headset, and just go. I don't see replays. I have no producer correcting me on certain things, and so I will get stuff wrong. But you just kind of try to plow through it and roll with it. Clever little flick by Wisdom, but Jahid Lowblack couldn't get on the other end of that. Just past 31 minutes, Branch slips. That's the second time we've seen someone slip on this turf tonight. But like I said, it's one of the better turfs you'll see. And it's going to be a corner for Pickering. Martin Strong comes over to take it. Good corner. Utembezi had a good shot at it, and here comes Miranda. But Webby back on defense. He's solid. Ahmad Webby. He's played with Olympic Flame. When I was a kid, literally everyone on Olympic Flame was Greek. There was no one, if you weren't Greek, you weren't playing for Olympic Flame. And then when my son was about U11, U10, he played a season with Olympic Flame. I think they thought he was Greek because his name's Alex and he had dark curly hair, but they were disappointed to find out he was half English, half Newfie. So. Miranda. Oh, great ball in for Avila. And he got a poke at it, but the keeper did enough. Matthew Matilla has been good in the first half. Had that big save on Avila on that breakaway sometime in the first 10 minutes or so. Spencer will come over and take it. It is so hot. I'm feeling a little faint. Undo a button on my golf shirt. Spencer. Great corner. Oh, and the keeper just got enough on it. Matilla barely a paw on it, and he had someone climbing over his back. It was his own player. Ball's still alive, and then Masters will have another corner on the far side. Looks like Abu Bare, I believe. came up worse for wear in that contact with his keeper. And nodded away. Mayer crossed back again. Branch was trying to sneak in there in the back. And we got a couple Pickering players on the floor again. I should have to go grab a chair to sit down. So like I said, I'm feeling it's so hot in here. It's like lightheaded. Had a good night's sleep last night. Good run this afternoon. Did my 6K run in the rain. It was lovely. Watkis. DeAndre Branch, solid. And then O'Keefe hacked, but ref plays advantage. I think is he going to give a card? I don't understand that. You know, they had advantage, and then you make them bring the ball back 5 yards. Alvarado, plenty of time. Alvarado, and just pokes that out of bounds. Missed connection with Aiden O'Keefe. Watkis right in front of me in a battle with Spencer. And clever flick by O'Keefe. And he's being mugged. They're hacking the hell out of Aiden tonight. Physical affair. Webby. Avila. And that connection with Agbinabaro not there. Alvarado. Agbinabaro, a giveaway. Agbinabaro trying to get to his right foot. Can he? Agbinabaro! Weave through everyone on Pickering's defense after the bad giveaway. Clinical finish. Baldwin Agbinabaro, and it's 1-0 Masters. Well, a bit of a calamity on the back line by Pickering with that giveaway. And Agbinabaro punishes them, the 21-year-old. Had everyone guessing, and it's 1-0 Masters, 37 minutes gone. So the pressure definitely on Pickering, again, facing that relegation playoff. They're only on 11 points, Masters on 15. With a win, Masters can essentially guarantee being out of that relegation spot and breathe a sigh of relief and then regroup for next year. But Baldwin Agbinabaro been a little quiet, a little sloppy with those 3 offsides. I'm not a fan of, but then what a finish. Just everyone thinking right foot. I was thinking he was going right foot, switches to the left, and it just blows it past Matilla, and it's 1-0. Can't blame the keeper on that. Defense let him down. So as if Pickering wasn't playing inspired and desperate enough, now the pressure really on as we approach the half. The important part for Pickering is you cannot concede again before half. So I think if I'm their coaching staff, almost park the bus, just defend. Let's get to half and then regroup. Here comes Masters again. Agbinabaro looking for number 2. Shot on goal, and it is number 2. It's Aiden O'Keefe in the 39th minute. 2-0 Masters, just as I was saying, Pickering can't concede again. They do. And what a finish, Aiden O'Keefe. Well, just as I was saying, they cannot concede. Everyone's got to be back. I look, there's about 4 or 5 white jerseys up around the center half, not back defending. And here you are. You're gonna go to have at least down 2-0. Sometimes you just gotta play safe, smart football and get to regroup. They haven't had any decent shots on goal for the most part. Pickering. It's been almost, I would say, about 70-30 Masters as far as possession. I don't have the stats on that. That's just my guesstimation. 65-35 maybe. But what a finish, Aiden O'Keefe. 2-0. And almost again, just sloppy defense, Pickering. So Agbinabaro in the 37th minute, O'Keefe in the 39th minute, and here we are, and Avila back at it. I mean, Pickering, you got to defend with all your life. Can they nick one before half? Wisdom goes down again. I don't know, maybe if he came in with a knock on that right knee. Because it wasn't that much of a knock. He got more hit in the face on that one. But Masters, obviously plenty of football left. There's at least 5 minutes left and a half. And then I think we're going to have about at least 3 or 4 additional minutes because we've had a couple injuries and stoppages of play. And so if you're Pickering here again, can't concede, but try to nick one here. Remember, that keeper can kick that ball up 65, 70 yards, so try to catch them on a counter, something. If you're Masters, defend with your life and take that 2-0 lead to half. Masters, you could just tell they're playing inspired football. Wisdom will have to come off for a bit. Looks to be all right, and we'll re-enter the game when the official waves him on. So it'll be a drop ball. Alvarado. Spencer blows by him. Mayer from distance. Mayer! And well over the goal. But, hey, why not? You're up 2-0. You're playing with confidence. Your last couple shots have gone in. Why not try it again? Watkis. Can Pickering salvage something before half? Webby. Low black. Bourgeois. Well, Bourgeois has been playing over the left now. Over here on the right. I think they need to do that more often, kind of switch up guys, give different looks, see if anyone can have success against a certain defender. Spencer just a real treat on defense, trying to connect with Agbinabaro, but too long. Matilla. And Watkis keeps it in. Watkis trying to get past Branch and DeAndre. It's got to be a foul. No, they're calling a court. Come on. DeAndre Branch is like, how do you not call a foul? He's all over him. With DeAndre on that one. But just past 43 minutes, Pickering. They want to change who's taking the corner. Watkis will come over and take it. And he's got Strong short, and they do short. Crossed over low. Ooh. Miranda on his horse. The pace is unbelievable. And what a tackle. Just outstanding. Caleb Wharton, slide tackle, all ball, and then another good tackle. No, that's all ball. Come on. And he's given a yellow on that. So Miranda, I thought he got ball, and there now things getting a little chippy. Pickering coach is saying intentional. He's just been given a yellow. So Pickering bench livid. They don't like the challenge. I didn't see that much in it. I had a great look at it. He got a lot of ball, ran through him a bit. Again, I don't have access to replays, so. Either way, Miranda will go in the book with a yellow card, which I believe is the first of the game so far. Pull up the app again. It just cracked out on me. Yeah, that's the first yellow of the night. Surprising, in a game this chippy, which is also, I think the ref's done a good job of not just handing out frivolous yellows. And I don't understand what Pickering was doing there. Ball's rolled out of bounds. It's out of bounds. No. Low black. Zastavny. There's a couple guys on Pickering that have just been too quiet for my liking. I mean, you should be playing with desperation here. So I didn't see. We got 3 extra minutes. There we go. Thank you. So I thought at least 3 added minutes. So time for perhaps Masters to nail the door shut with a third. Bottiglia. Long kick up. Agbinabaro to Avila. Avila on his right foot! And Matilla with the save. Zastavny. And then Michael Avila. On the 47th minute. 2-0 Masters. Shot from distance and loops just over the goal. I mean, if you're Pickering, yeah, why not? You've had no success working the ball in and trying to create something. Have a shot on goal. Test this keeper. Hasn't been tested really at all tonight. I think if your Masters, just milk this clock. Make sure no one else picks up a card here before half. Wisdom. Daniel Avila committed to York. I think he was originally supposed to go to Algoma and then went to York. But I don't think he's actually played for York. Shows you how deep they are. That a guy like Avila, who's one of the best players on this pitch tonight, can't even get a game. I don't understand. What are they doing? Oh, they've switched it. It's actually Pickering's free kick and not Masters. Gutierrez and whiffed on it and then just cleared away to safety. That one almost a bit of a calamity. So the ref blows the whistle for half at the end of 45 minutes. Masters with a 2-0 lead, courtesy of a goal in the 37th minute from Baldwin Agbinabaro, and then followed 2 minutes later by Aiden O'Keefe. I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in on the League One live stream. Don't forget, drop a subscribe, click that red button, and drop a follow on their socials, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. Well, I'm Chris McKee. We're going to take a 15-minute break and be back for the start of the second half. Well, welcome back to the Pickering Soccer Dome here in Pickering, Ontario. Relegation battle tonight between last place Pickering in the championship division and Masters not far ahead, but Masters on 15 points, Pickering on 11, but Masters with a 2-0 lead, courtesy of a lovely finish by Baldwin Agbinabaro in the 37th minute. And then just as I was saying that, Pickering cannot concede. Got to get to half without conceding a second. Mid-sentence, Aiden O'Keefe scores a second for Masters. And that's how we're at 2-0 right now. So Pickering desperate. They need a win or they'll be in that relegation playoff. A point won't do it. So you're going to leave it out there. This is where they're going to leave it out. We got some Dua Lipa going in the back. Always love that. I'm a Liverpool fan, and it's one of the songs you'll hear the fans singing. Goes back to when this was a big song during their Champions League matchup with Real Madrid a couple of years ago. I think Dua Lipa did the halftime or the pregame show or something. Well, I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. No info on subs just yet. I've asked the scores table. I don't have any info, but I'm checking the app. I don't see an update. And as soon as the play starts, I'm sure there may be something. Just looking around, I can't see any change yet. Well, we're back. Pickering must win to avoid relegation. Masters, a point will do. 3 points should pretty much secure they stay up in the championship. Ooh, hard challenge. Miranda's already on a yellow. And another hard tackle right there. And Caleb Wharton, the victim of that challenge. Wharton, 22-year-old from Pickering, played at Durham College the past couple of years. Attended Dunbarton High School, one of my high schools. Wisdom goes to ground. It's in the box, and it's going to be a penalty for Pickering. So 1 minute into the second half, Pickering will have a chance to come within one. Wow. Well, Wisdom's look the most lively for Pickering. And it looks like the skipper, Andy Mutembezi, will step up. Andrew Batilia, the keeper for Masters. Mutembezi on his left foot. Huge opportunity for Pickering. Some jockeying around the eighth. Gutierrez and Zavstavny. Looks like they're in some kind of shoving match for position. Batilia bouncing around. And again, the referee not happy with the guys lining up. Mutembezi, can he? And what a shot! Andy Mutembezi, and Pickering has life. 2-1 in the 47th minute. And just like that, game on. Pickering maybe not done just yet. Well, Wisdom won that. I didn't see if there was a card on the Masters defender. So Pickering now, that's got to inspire. If that doesn't inspire you, I don't know what will. I'm just trying to check. I don't see any additional card on that foul. There should have been. You trip a guy in the box like that, someone should have been seen yellow. And now you can just see it in the Pickering players. They inspire football, and little 2-amp there from Strong trying to connect with Bourgeois, and it rolls out. So a dream start in the second half for Pickering. And now Masters has the grip. Wharton hits that off O'Keefe. And it'll be a Pickering throw-in. Bourgeois flicks on. Abubare. Wakis. So it looks like we do have a sub. And it's Diade Traore who just took that shot. So number 9 has crept in at half. Traore, 21-year-old from Toronto, has played for Queens. So they haven't updated. We'll try to find out who he's replaced. I think they've taken a defender off for the forward. Stolen. Alvarado. He's got Miranda. And Wharton. Solid D. And Michael Avila. He's been steady all evening here in Pickering. Mayer. Gutierrez. Like Binabaro trying to shield, but Utembezi too strong for him. Zastavny down the left side. Miro crosses over, and it's 2-2. Isaiah Wisdom with a clever finish. And out of nowhere in the 51st minute, Pickering 2, Masters 2. They're not done yet. What a finish. Zastavny, who's been quiet all night. Great run down that left side, and just an absolutely splendid cross, perfectly with pace on the ground. And then Isaiah Wisdom with a perfect finish. And we're level at 2. Wow. Well, I don't know what the halftime speech was from the Pickering coaching staff at half, but talk about inspired football. Masters now reeling. Alvarado on his right foot. Or so that's O'Keefe to Avila, and nothing on his left foot. Wow. Well, hey, are you not entertained? 2-2. Pickering looked dead in the water, didn't have a decent chance on goal in the opening 45 minutes. And, concede those too late in the first half, and you think they look done. They look cooked. Master's going to come out and get one within the first 10 minutes and then nail the door shut on Pickering's campaign in the championship division of League One. Pickering, though, gets that penalty, Wisdom, and then Mutembezi finishes, and then Zastavny, lovely run right to Isaiah Wisdom, and that's how we're level at 2. Outstanding. We'll appreciate you guys tuning in on the League One live stream. Good run for Masters. Miranda gets by his defender, crossed, and it should be 3-2. Binabaro misses a header from about 3 yards out over the bar. It was a splendid run by Miranda down the right side and just blew past his defender and perfect cross. Agbinabaro. Should be 3-2. Now, if you're Masters, though, a point, although not ideal, should do, because that would get them to 16 points. When we move Pickering to 12 with 2 games to follow. Shot from range! And the keeper needed to get a hand on it. Matilla just enough, and so Masters will have a corner. Well, you can cut the tension with a knife. You can feel it here in the Pickering Soccer Center. Masters on their heels after conceding 2 quick goals in the second half. And Pickering now looks the more lively to make it 3-2. Matilla went to St. Mary's High School right here in Pickering, but White's and Finch area. And again, there's out-kick in the coverage. I've talked about it. It's too far. But it lands in Pickering's lap instead. Webby. No, that is Watkis, so Triar not in. Forgive me. I blind as a bat. I'm just seeing the numbers. It looked like a 9, so it's still Romain Watkis. Forgive me. Like I said, I don't have a producer telling me what's going on. O'Keefe crosses. And couldn't settle for Agbinabaro. Zastavny on his horse, and Batilia out to claim that. Alvarado. Now, if you're Masters, you want to hear your leaders, your captains being a bit more vocal, trying to settle the guys. And Zastavny all over the back of Alvarado, and an easy foul call in favor of Masters. So I know a lot of parents out here who've got university and college kids, and my son's leaving for university tomorrow, and I literally spent the day, fighting back tears. I hate the day before he leaves, always the worst. And Avila, and he gets called with the foul because he's over the back of the Pickering defender, and the ball's still rolling, so we'll make him reset. But yeah, it's always, it's fun to watch your son or daughter achieve their dreams playing university soccer and living away from home. But it just sucks as a parent when they have to leave, and then I'm back in an empty house again. So, I always talk about it. The first year he went, he's going to 4th year now up at Algoma in the Sioux. And, we spend so much of our lives just going from school to soccer fields, rinse and repeat just about every single night. And then when they're gone, you're like, oh, I've got all this. I don't know what to do with myself. And so I kind of went through that a couple years ago. And that's why I'm here calling League One games, because my son doesn't need me to drive him to soccer anymore. I'll go watch his games, but obviously not practices. But and if you're a university soccer player watching this, don't forget, drop a call or text on your parents every once in a while. We know you're having fun, but just check in on us. Gutierrez, and can't settle, and you can see the nerves all on Masters right now. Wharton will come take it. Bourgeois. Joey Bourgeois, 23-year-old, played at the University of Wisconsin Green Bay, 2018. That's the Horizon League. Believe. I know what it is for basketball. Here's Wisdom, who's just been possessed in the second half. Isaiah Wisdom again. And he's won a corner. Isaiah Wisdom must have taken an adrenaline shot at half because he's become out-possessed. Won the penalty to make it 2-1. with his run and then scores the second one to level it, and we're tied at 2, 59th minute. Watkis, good corner. Abu Barre. Ooh. And someone on Masters just got enough of it, because from where I was, I could see that bottom right corner of the goal was wide open. You can see that's what he was aiming for. Good job from the Masters D. Wharton over the other side now. Looks like they've switched. Brought Low Black on the left and Wharton back on the right. Webby. He's got Low Black with space. To Stavny. To Low Black. And can't connect. DeAndre Branch. Back there for Masters. Wisdom. Watkis steals it. Watkis pumped in. Zastavny goes to grounds. Pickering, a few of them had a shout for a penalty. Ref not having it. Webby on a mad dash. O'Keefe. Webby, you can just see how much it means to the Pickering players. Low Black's wide open on this left side, calling for it. Abu Barre. And a good turn and switch by Alvarado. Masters back the other way. Yeah, Mutambezi, the skipper, got a foot in there. Strong. And Miranda has gone to ground. We don't know what the issue is. Looks like he was fouled. Oh, he's cramping. Like I talked about that a little earlier. We're going to see our first substitutions tonight. Coming in, number 19, Adam Celio, or Celio, excuse me. And then number 70, Adam Rumba. So Miranda out. I think Miranda was just acting the goat for that switch. Miranda on the yellow. He's lucky he had a hard foul. Could have been red. So Miranda on a yellow out. Aiden O'Keefe, one of the goal scorers coming out of the game. A little bit of a surprise on that one. Even O'Keefe saying, really, me? So Adam Celio in, 18-year-old. Replaces one of the goal scorers, O'Keefe. And then 24-year-old Adam Rumba, who's played in the USPL for San Antonio. Had a trial with Forge in 2018. And has been playing in between them with Sheridan College. Alvarado. And now Masters with a corner. Looks like Mayer in the corner. Crossed over and Pickering back the other way. Watkis. Zastavny and Batilia comes out and claims. And Batilia, bad giveaway, just rolls it to one of the Pickering players. It was Watkis. Batilia's got to relax. And now that leads to a Pickering corner. 2-2 coming up on the 63rd minute. We're going to see Pickering's first substitutions tonight as well, momentarily. We're going to see Noah Carew going to come in, and I don't have an 11, of course. We're going to find out who that is in a moment. Well, one of the Pickering players on the ground, now getting up. Dimitar Jovanovski is going to come in. He's wearing 11 tonight. Crossed in. Abu Bare! And it's wide. So we are going to see Jovanovski. So Martin Strong will exit the game. Noah Carew, 20-year-old from Whitby, played last year with Trent University. Bourgeois will come out. And Dimitar Jovanovski, 20-year-old, into the game. Pickering wants some fresh legs in the attack. Again, a tie doesn't do Pickering any good. They need 3 points. Masters, although wouldn't be ecstatic with a tie, certainly okay. Although after being up 2-0, it's kind of been the story of Masters the past couple of years. I've seen them let numerous leads evaporate for games they should have and could have won. The switch. Carew made a meal of that one. And Avia. Mayer. Avila. Chelio. Just come on. Avila leaves it for Mayer on his left foot. Didn't want it for Chelio. And blocked by Abu Bare. Alvarado couldn't settle for him and nowhere near the goal. 65 minutes gone. Great game if you're just joining us. Masters with a 2-0 lead after 39 minutes, and they went to half, and you thought, well, Pickering's done. They're cooked. And didn't make any halftime substitutions, but just came out. Isaiah Wisdom has been the difference, certainly over the first 10, 15 minutes of this second half. And a foul against Rombo as he was in a bit of a battle with Abu Bare. Matilla, former OUA East All-Star at Ontario Tech. And this ball well out of bounds behind the Pickering bench. New ball from half. And a little too casual from Avila. Solid defense from Michael Avila. Alvarado, Spencer, and Chelio. Not a bad shot, but didn't test the keeper. I'm all right with that. You just come off the bench. You want to get involved, have a crack. Certainly deserve the opportunity. Well, that was Rombo with the shot. Forgive. On that far side of the field, hard to see numbers. Mayer. And I didn't like the pass. He had Gutierrez wide open, who now has the ball. And he's looks like Zastavny got a tug of Gutierrez's shirt, and now Masters with a free kick in an appetizing position. Not crazy dangerous. We're going to see another substitution from Pickering momentarily. Their staff hands in a card to the table. Mayer. Floating ball in and claimed by Matilla. Well done. Matilla looking for Zastavny. Gutierrez back, and he's offside anyway, Zastavny. So we're going to see number 14. And, of course, I don't have a 14. Always the way. So Barrington Smith. Oh, I do have a 14. There we go. So Barrington Smith, 27-year-old from Pickering. Another one of those Robert Wesleyan alum, 2017 to 19. Also played at Mercyhurst Northeast. So again, all these guys, like I said, I just assume anyone that went to Robert Wesleyan came through Masters. Could be wrong, but I doubt I am. So Masters, again, another free kick here, about 28 yards out. Looks like Mayer standing over it on his right foot. Game's deflated over the past few minutes with these substitutions. It was just a torrid pace, especially the first 15 minutes was crazy, and then the first 12 minutes or so of the second half was lightning quick and slowed down a bit. Mayer, dangerous, and wide of the goal. He was trying to have a shot from there, which I don't think you're going to beat a keeper at this level. Barrington Smith and Miro Zastavny will exit the game. Great run on that assist on the second goal. He was, like I said, fairly quiet and then has that outstanding run to set up the second goal. And that's how we're 2-2 coming up on 70 minutes. Gutierrez. Oh, clever flick in. Mayer wants his right foot. Mayer! And Webby just got in the way of it, excuse me. Alvarado. Flicked ahead. And no way. He's going to ground. Never a penalty. Never. Now what that should be is a yellow for embellishment. Who's Agbinabaro trying to sell that. I don't think in a game like this you're going to get a ref to give a penalty on something 50-50. I don't even think it was 50-50. I think he just dropped, but it better be egregious like it was when Isaiah Wisdom got tripped up. Either way, Masters corner. Spencer will come over. Pickering defend with dear life and go from there. Spencer. Great swing in, and cleared off the line by Webby. And Wisdom. Man, he's got some pace. Big boy, and can run like a gazelle. Wisdom, previously with FC Durham, second team OCAA All-Stars, also been with the Electric City program. Watched him play last year against the Masters Reserves up at Durham College, Vaso Field. Just past the 72-minute mark. If you're just joining us, you missed a heck of a football game. It hasn't been a thing of beauty, but it's definitely been entertaining. Carew. Carew finished his first year with Trent University, played 9 games. Chelio goes back to the goalie. And Avila just sitting waiting for it. You can't do that. Wharton goes and gets it. You got to run to the ball or shield it. Wharton. And a good slide tackle in Gutierrez. Gutierrez previously with International FC. It's been solid tonight. Gutierrez and Alvarado just trying to clear away. Abubare missed on that slide tackle. Gutierrez, and that one just over my head. Literally had to duck. That would have smacked me right in the head. For an old guy, he's got some good reflexes. Now watch as I say that. I'm going to get blasted in the next 30 seconds. Bad giveaway by Chelio. And then Watkis. I'm with Romain here. He can't believe he's been called with a foul, and no one had a better view than that. Never a foul. Watkis saying he smacked Gutierrez in the face. Oh, that might be, but because like I said, I didn't see any contact with the leg. Watkis asked if he's okay. Oh, so he's bleeding. Gutierrez has got to go off. So then he didn't actually hit him because clearly Gutierrez is cut. So Gutierrez will have to get bandaged. And so for the moment, Masters will play a man down. Looks like his nose is bleeding. Alvarado into the 18-yard box, but Watkis heads it to safety. And again, now Watkis, it looks like he's pulled a hamstring jumping up on that second header, and he's down in some pain. And they're going to clear that out. And it looks like Romain Watkis' night is going to be done. Gutierrez will re-enter the game. He's fine. But Watkis, it looks like he's pulled a hammy. He's instantly jumped up for that and then dropped to ground. Couple guys, or really only one guy up for Pickering warming up. The rest all still on the bench. They'll take a quick water break. Watkis is in pain. Why don't you drop me a follow on socials? On my Twitter, usually posting highlights from the games at Mr. McKee. And then on my Instagram, undrafted_FA. It's undrafted free agent. So undrafted_FA. I try to get some interviews with players following, usually one or two of the goal scorers. Posted some highlights from the NDC girls during the week. I'll be on the call Sunday evening for the Woodbridge-Scrissapi game with major implications at the top end of the table. Masters is going to have another substitutions, and it looks like, Watkis Pickering is going to have to bring in someone else. He's done. No, Watkis doesn't want to come out. He doesn't want a substitution. Oh, he's saying, I'm done. So Daniil Roden replaces Daniel Avila. So Avila been so creative, great game. And now Roden will come in, 19-year-olds, played pro in Russia. So we'll see if he can help seal the 3 points, or at least a point for Masters. And so looks Watkins not done. So Romain back in. He was in some pain. Surprised to see him up. I thought he was done. Spencer. Agbinabaro. And Roden just off the bench. No. Watkins, great long ball. What a touch. Isaiah Wisdom. And a KO! It should have been 3-2. A good opportunity for Pickering, all set up by Wisdom. But Pickering can't find that third yet. Watkis back. That was Barrington Smith fresh off the bench with that wild shot. Mayer Mayer dancing around, and then solid defense, Webby. And then Rombo tried, and then Avila all over Barrington Smith's back. Roden. Things getting really chippy here at the Pickering Soccer Center. Mayer. Rombo. And Watkis. He keeps trying to connect with Wisdom. I think going to the well a little bit too often. Rombo. I've been a borrow. He had Spencer up in the attack, but pass let him down, was behind him. Spencer regroups, though. Rombo. Coming up on the 80th minute. Branch. Just a coolest customer in the business. DeAndre Branch. So if you're Pickering, you gotta go for it here. They've come back from 2 down. Why not 3? And Masters hanging on for dear life. Again, relegation playoff could be in the future for one of these teams. Right now, it's definitely Pickering. Masters with their late run won their last 2 league games after a terrible start to their season. And trying to just scratch and claw to maintain their spot in the League One championship. Roden. And ball bouncing around, and it goes over the goal. And it should be another Masters corner, but it's not. So Pickering catches a little bit of a break. Matilla, a 25-year-old, pushing his team up. How many seconds does he get? You'd think Pickering would play a bit more urgency. And then after all that, he kicks it out of bounds almost. Well, flicked out of bounds by Chelio. Well, there's 2 balls, and so they have to make sure there's only one on the field. Well, entertaining Olympic men's gold medal match today, Spain-France. Spain up 3-1, and then France in like the last 10 minutes ties it, forces overtime before Spain closes out. Watched a bit of that today. I'm Olympic stout. The only thing I don't mind the soccer and some of the hoops I've been enjoying, obviously Team USA and watching LeBron and Steph Curry, but and Mutembezi, not the right pass back to the keeper. But yeah, I'm Olympic stout. The breakdancing, I think, was the Olympics of Jump the Shark. Daniil Roden can't settle the ball, and it skips out of bounds. And that'll roll for a goal kick. I want to see a bit more urgency from Pickering here. They're walking. It's really a tie isn't going to help them. Everything long here. Matilla's got to get this in the center of the field so someone can get ahead on it. And again, solid by Chelio. Chelio's built like he could play linebacker in the CFL. Ooh, a little shoving match going on here between Barrington Smith and Chelio. Smith, lucky he's not in the ref's books. Watkis. This guy, doesn't want to come off. They're going to have to drag him off the field. I love that. What a cross in, and then kept in and hits the side of the post. So Pickering, like I said, they're playing inspired football. You wonder if they played like they have in the second half and the first half, or maybe all season, they wouldn't be on 11 points. You got to play with a little bit more desperation and inspiration because they've certainly got the talent. Bunch of great footballers. There's one of them right there. Good tackle from Wharton. But results hard to come by in this league. If you're Masters, you're fine with that. You'll take that. Like I said, they can live with the draw right now and just let seconds tick. It'll be disappointing to come away with a draw after having that 2-0 lead, but alas, the focus is maintaining a spot in the championship. Like I mentioned in the first half, I don't know how that affects licenses because you can't have two Masters teams in League Two if they were relegated, which they're not. Same thing with Pickering. Pickering's got a League Two. Can't have two League Two, so I have to assume they lose a license. They'll have to sell one. Don't quote me on that, but you just can't have two teams in the same League One division. Carew coming up just past the 85-minute mark. And Matilia, he's got to settle down a little bit. There was no need. He got away with it, but breathe. As they say in yoga, use your pranayama breath, right? Like Binabaro dispossessed Webby, and a great foul. Alvarado, he's got to go in the books. He is. That's a professional foul, the right foul, because Webby was on some sort of run, but Alvarado says, I'll slow this down, put an end to that. And smart foul, smart booking. Oh, we're going to see another substitute 1 second. So out is Gutierrez. Coming in 16 is Samare Gebreyizis, a 19-year-old from North York. Gebreyizis. It's almost like, wasn't Kanye going by Yeezus for a while? I'm Team Kanye, by the way. You can do no wrong in my book. Right? .86.5 minutes gone. Level at 2. Can Pickering have a prayer answered? Low black. Abu Bare. Crossed in, and keeper had to come out. Batilia scoops that up. Masters back the other way. Gebreyizis, first touch since entering the game. And Chelio dispossessed, but his defender bailed him out. Another substitute coming for Pickering momentarily. We're going to see Diade Traore, who I thought came on earlier, but it wasn't. Watkis. Oh, Abu Bare, poor. And Wisdom, his speed is outstanding. Oh, what a tackle. That's a great tackle. DeAndre Branch. .88 minutes gone. Yeah, Isaiah Wisdom, one of the best players I've seen in the championship. Called a couple games this year. done all League 2, League 1. I'll be doing the next three Scrasopi games, which I'm excited about. Some top end of the men's Premier League. Great football, so good. Well, Traore in, Wharton out. So, attacker for defender. Traore, can he make some magic? Just past the 89th minute. I'm guessing another 3 or 4 minutes injury time. Spencer coming up on 9:48 local time. We'll find out about how many added minutes momentarily. Mutembezi. I think there's just a lot more space for Pickering to bring the ball up, and they're hell-bent on these long kick-and-chase balls, and Masters just about everyone sitting back other than Binabaro. Webby. Oh, that's got to be a yellow. And Traore just into the game and then gets a yellow. Some guys just need a yellow to feel welcome in the game. There's been moments where I feel the same, so I'm all right with that. But again, I mean, if you're Masters, you're fine with the clock. We're going to get 5 minutes. So 5 minutes for Pickering to save their season. Or else they're looking at a relegation playoff. So what they'll do is they'll be forced to play against, I don't know exactly who, one of the League 2 teams who's looking for promotion. Mutembezi. Wakis. Traore. Oh. Pickering now. And what defense. Well done. That's Gabriezis since he's just come on. And just the crowd into it. It surprisingly, even though it's Pickering home, more of a Masters crowd. See a lot of their family and friends and players from the Pickering Ajax and Scarborough. And technically, Lamoureux's their home field, but a lot of their training done out here in Pickering. Long ball up and Branch and Avila just trying to clear it to safety. Good challenge by Abubare. Smith. And Gabriezis, I mean, this guy's been a force since he's come on. Well done. Mayer for Rodin down the right side, and a good sliding challenge. What was that, Carew? Yeah, Noah Carew. 6'3", big boy. Past 92 minutes. Mayer goes to ground, never. You're not going to get that call. Watkis. Oh. And he couldn't connect with Jovanovski. Jovanovski had a great run. Matilla out to claim. Hurry it up. Get it up. Everyone in white should be pushing. I don't know why there's even defenders back. Point doesn't do them any good. Serve a purpose for Masters, but definitely not for Pickering. Smith. And Alvarado. There's Chelio. And just every bounce going the way of Masters. Chelio in the corner, crossed. And then cleared away to safety. Traore. How is that a foul on Traore? That's silly. Oh, the refs got most of it right tonight. That one, I don't think he did. The Masters player all over the back of Traore, and now Masters about 29, 30 yards out. We can also let the clock tick. 94 minutes gone, and a yellow. Looks like it's against Watkis. It is. And Terrell Spencer stands over it. The 26-year-old, 17 goals in his college career at Robert Wesleyan between 2016 and 19. And has been a part of Masters the past couple of years. Great player. The ref counts the 10. We're coming up on 95 minutes. You got to think he'll extend it at least another minute or so with this stoppage of time. Spencer with 30 yards out. Spencer on goal. Ooh, and it tested Matilla. He had to be good to scoop that up. Now, why isn't everyone on white sprinting? No one's sprinting up. They play with that desperation for 15, 20 minutes, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white jerseys in their own half, and there's the final whistle. And so now Masters almost certainly allows their safety in the League One Championship as they now move to 16 points. Pickering will move to 12. So still a glimmer of hope for Pickering. And Masters not completely out of it yet, but a point enough for Masters. 2-2. They started out 2-0. Pickering came back possessed in the second half, but ends up level. I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget, click that red button, subscribe. Stay up to date on all things League One. Also, drop them a follow on socials, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and hit me up at Mr. McKee. We'll see you Sunday, I believe 7 o'clock, up at Vaughan Grove Park for Scrosapi versus Woodbridge. I know, that's, yeah, it was... Trying to get an interview or two from Masters. Pass me one.